Hi crypto fans, welcome to CCS Cryptocurrency State. My name is Santiago and I have a very important video today. We are going to answer the question, why do airdrops in 2025? Is it still worth it? And we are going to answer two important questions. What I do when I claim an airdrop and what is exactly my strategy on airdrops for 2025. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. This is an educational video, but if you are new into airdrops, it's going to serve you a lot. And if you are an experienced airdrop hunter, I have many things on this video that are going to help you too. So let's go directly to the content. Guys, I took a lot of time to prepare this video. I hope you enjoy it. So first of all, for those that are new into airdrops, I put here some links. Remember, all the information that you see on this Excel file, you will find it on the first link of the description in my post. So first, if you don't know exactly what airdrops are or how you can start, here you have two videos that I posted some time ago that are still super valid. So how to start on airdrops, what are airdrops, how to get your wallet, how to protect your wallet, how to add the common networks into your MetaMask, and many other basic stuff that you need to know if you are entering into the airdrop world. And here you have more advanced stuff too. And in this another video, you also have very important things and links for those that want to start doing and farming airdrops. So if you are new into airdrops, check these two things. Now, in order to understand airdrops and in order to understand my strategy that I'm going to share at some point on this video and what I do with airdrops in 2025, we need to know a little of history. I have been in crypto 100% active since the end of 2017 on that bull run, but I have been doing airdrops 100% and full time on the last 3 years and a half. So now I have seen a lot. Airdrops in 3 years have been evolving a lot, and I'm going to share that information with you so you understand the paradigm on the airdrops. So before 2023, airdrops were really a surprise for those who use a blockchain or protocol. There was very little farming, that was not a thing at that time. And some examples of those airdrops were Uniswap, which was in September 2020, ApeCoin on March 2022, Optimism, the first one of the 5 airdrops that they did already in May 2022. I actually started to do airdrops on that one. Optimism 1 was an amazing airdrops. There was actually millionaires. I know one people that actually got into millions on that airdrop. And also Aptos at the end of October was a very good airdrop for many. Boris is one of those examples that did a lot of money with just a couple of clicks. So yeah, at those times airdrops were absolutely worth it. Not many people was very aware of airdrops as a thing. Actually, it wasn't a thing. It was just real rewards for real users. You will be missing all these airdrops because you really didn't have an ecosystem on that. So that was actually the gold era for airdrops. Now in 2023, I was already full airdrop mode at that point. We started to have a mix of airdrops in the terms of how to apply to the airdrops. Before 2023, it was 100% pure on the use of the protocols. Now in 2023, some kept the rewards and criteria as before, so related to the use of the protocol, and others starting to do these reward social activities and other stuff more related to marketing. So before it was more related to the dev point of view, the user point of view of the protocols and blockchains. Now we started to see more a marketing thing around airdrops. And I think that was the beginning of a real big change on the airdrop ecosystem. At the same time, positive things is that in 2023, I think really started to be the creation of airdrops as an ecosystem, something that many were aware, many started to hear about airdrops and understand that there was a thing. So from my perspective, 2023 was actually the year that crypto airdrops actually been born as a thing on the crypto space as a specific niche. So some of these good airdrops that we had, it was Blur, just for holding an NFT, Arbitrum on March 2023. This was one of the big airdrops of the old age. It was one of my biggest airdrops. I almost touched the 6 figures on that airdrop. Celestia was also another big airdrop, but this one was more related, like before in 2023, to the usage of the networks. But here we started to see the farming of airdrops too. Actually, I was lucky enough to farm Arbitrum based on the experience with Optimism. So that is why I did it great on that specific airdrop. But many of other airdrops of that year, if you search for history on airdrops, were already related to activities on marketing stuff, following on social media, and all the things that now are very common for airdrops. Hey guys, we partnered with What Exchange, one of the greatest decentralized exchange right now in the market. I love that you can see everything on your screen at once. You can connect to What Exchange from different mainnets, and you can see here the list of hundreds of tokens. They are continuously adding more tokens each week. And What Exchange has an active airdrop. They are going to distribute 30% of the total supply, guys, into this airdrop. So that is why I am super bullish trading here too. You can see here the point section that they added recently, so you can check everything about your progress on this airdrop. And in trading, you can see how many order tokens you earn, because they have this payback system from the fees that you pay. Part of that goes back to you on order tokens. So check the link on the description to join to What Exchange, trade on the platform, participate on the airdrop of the 30% of the supply, and also get some order tokens back. All the links are in the description. Now in 2024, the airdrop standard started to dig deep into new projects as a norm when you launch. So that was also true. In 2023, not all the new projects were launching airdrops. It was not a real thing. It was very specific for a specific niche of project. Now 2024, you already can see, if you have been doing airdrops with me in my private Discord since then, that almost all the new projects have some tokenomics, some airdrop on community incentives. That wasn't a thing in 2023. I think it was really consolidated in 2024, and airdrops as a marketing strategy. Not anymore to reward real users, but using that as a marketing strategy, what end up at the end of 2024 or right now being a tool to farm the users instead of reward real users. And when I say real users, I am also including myself as an airdrop hunter farmer, because I use 20 wallets. That is not really farming from my perspective. And of course, 2024 was full of CLI and social tasks, Discord roles besides activity to launch their airdrops. We had many failed airdrops in 2024. There are many more farmers than in 2023. By the middle end of 2024, most of the airdrops had point systems. So that was another thing that appeared in the middle of 2024, which was really a marketing strategy from projects, and right now is mostly a standard. So one of the things why I think failed 2024 on airdrops, it was that we had massive farmers on airdrops. You can see that some of the projects that launched on 2024, their airdrops, they have billions of dollars in reward. What I think they fail, for example, starknet and ZkSync, is to really reward the real users. Instead, they rewarded many farmers, but farmers I am talking about people with thousands of wallets, all automatic. So they really fail on civil rules and how to take those people out of the rewards. So that is why I really think that 2024 failed. It was not much about what airdrops did you do, but it was more about how badly the different projects managed the claim and the airdrop itself. Very successful cases were Hyperliquid, of course, with a very out of the chart new record with $10 billion in rewards. But some of the failed ones, like starknet, was one of the biggest airdrops in terms of money of 2024. But again, they failed poorly on the execution. There was many surprise airdrops like Punchy, Penguins, Notcoin. Those one were big airdrops too. Actually, I was beneficiary of those. Jupiter, it was a great airdrop too. And we also had some other fails like Movement, ZkSync, Iron Layer, and Wormhole, which was a great airdrop. The criterion distribution was very fair, but they failed on the staking process, so the token right now is 90% down from that date. Now that we have some history, what we are seeing now in 2024, and remember, you can agree with me on this history and everything that I'm telling, or you can have your own opinion. Of course, this is only my experience as an airdrop hunter for the last years. So now 2025, airdrops aren't standard. So many people say that airdrops are dying. I am thinking completely the opposite. I think airdrops are now standard. but as an airdrop hunter, it's more difficult for us to really get the wins that we had before. But I'm going to share with you in this video my strategy and what I think is going to work on 2025 and what is actually what I do right now when I claim an airdrop. So stay tuned, see the full video. This is very important information for airdrop hunters or people that want to start on airdrop. So now airdrops are a standard for many projects that are launching and to build communities before or even after the mainnet. But many projects farm users with point systems or proprietary apps that end up being a waste of time and money for the people that apply or airdrop hunters. So there are farming companies. Right now you have many farming companies that have thousands and thousands of farming applications doing airdrop, and selected airdrops only have a great airdrop reward launch. So the most important thing for 2025 is that you will need to select well the airdrops that you do, because you have many more airdrops to do, but most of them are going to be very disappointing, more than it happened in 2024. So far, what airdrops were good in 2025? What can we learn about this? Jupiter was again another good airdrop. We already knew about this, but the use of the Jupiter protocol requires money, so that makes it very difficult to farm. Walrus, specifically participants who interacted with the Walrus testnet, engaging in DeFi and NFT activities on the Sui chain, and participate in the Walrus hosted meme contest were considered eligible. Additionally, active community members were rewarded with soulbound NFTs, guaranteeing a future allocation of WAL tokens. So the criteria, it wasn't any crazy for Walrus, but what happened with this project is that it was very under the radar for those airdrop hunters. We covered it a couple of times, so many of us get a great reward from Walrus. Also, Initia, it was very difficult to farm. Many people was really happy with the Initia airdrop, and being actively involved in Initia testnets held a Genie NFT. That was the part that I dropped the airdrop. Like, you know, I didn't get any reward from Initia. I didn't participate because it was this particular thing that you needed to feed the Genie and interact with that. It was a lot of time. So that make it very difficult to farm, and even to do with one wallet you needed to spend a lot of time. So I think in that aspect Initia was a great airdrop because it was really rewarding real users. And another expected airdrop for this year is Eclipse. They are really hunting witches, so they don't like any type of airdrop hunters or farmers or any people that is fighting against some of the principles of Eclipse. So I'm really happy with their attitude. I really hope that they do a great airdrop, so real users are going to be rewarded. Those that interacted with the TurboTap application, it should be rewarded. People spend hundreds of hours doing that. So if they do a great airdrop distribution, maybe they can make another new standard for real airdrops. They are really saying that they love the community, that they do everything for the community. So hopefully they do a good airdrop for those people. And I like, even if I could represent that, I really like that they are against airdrop farmers and they are against KOLs partnerships, because that drain a lot of the rewards from the airdrops. So let's see what happens with Eclipse, but probably if they do what they have been telling, it's going to be a great airdrop. Now, we talk a lot about history, we talk about how is the environment of airdrops right now, and you understand more about airdrops. Let me tell you what I do when I claim an airdrop. So in 2025, I am selling most of the airdrop allocations that I claim. Before, in 2024, I was selling like 30% and staking the rest of the 70% of the airdrops. Many of those tokens of the 70% that I mentioned, even with staking rewards, right now lose 60 to 90% of the value, like ZkSync, Wormhole, and many other airdrops that I claimed during 2024. Now that I saw what happened, it would be better if I just sell everything and buy solid token projects like Sui, Sol, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. If I did that in that moment, in 2024, I will be having more money right now from those airdrops. Or just hold stables to do another airdrop. And I ended 2024 with a ton of airdrop tokens that are really worthless right now, or don't succeed and are difficult to track. For example, starknet is one of those cases. I should probably be better to sell everything when I got it, instead of having now some starknet tokens around there. So yeah, now I am selling between 80 to 100% of the tokens that I get claimed, and I keep that in stable coins to farm more airdrops, so I can build more airdrop strategies because I have more liquidity, or I go and buy solid token projects like I did on the last couple of months before this last pump. I have been buying some sweet tokens with some of the rewards that I earned from my claims, and again position myself with Ethereum that was really cheap, around 1,500. So I have been doing that and already has been paid, because really when you start taking your rewards right now, when the token dumps, you don't recover any of that lost time. And again, many of the projects are going to fail. So in terms of a bull run, I think it's better to consolidate the liquidity on those real projects that you want. Also, it's a better strategy on the bear market, so those tokens are going to dump less. But you can see right now, if you check all these new projects that launched in 2024, only a couple are right now in the top 100. Even if they were there when they launched it, most of them you can see about the 300 position right now. And I'm talking projects with hundreds and hundreds of dollars like ZkSync. Now let's go and check what is my real strategy, 100% honest what I'm doing. And remember that if you want to know exactly what airdrops I am doing, I have been sharing that on my private Discord, on the Discord lives that we have if you are a member of my private Discord. So what to do in 2025? Do I still think that airdrop worth it? Well, the answer is yes, I still think it's worth it. That is why I'm keep doing airdrops. At the moment that I see that this doesn't work anymore, I will be pivoting to another stuff, but for now I really think that's worth it. So the important things to consider now is that you need to be more selective. You cannot start doing all the airdrops that you see. Remember, I cover many airdrops, but you need to be selective. So project funding is important. If you are still not considering that, you are really missing a key point. Our thing is that you need to use multiple wallets on those airdrops that are worth it, and you can. Example for Walrus. You could do Walrus testnet with many wallets and you will be rewarded from all those wallets. So consider that, because when you hit a good airdrop, you better be hitting that airdrop with multiple wallets if that is possible. Some airdrops are not possible to farm with multiple wallets, but some of the testnets that have been doing rewards, you were able to do that. So if you got $1,000 or $2,000 from Walrus, it will be very easy to farm that with 10, 20 wallets, and you will be allocating $20,000 right now in your pocket, which is more money than many people can expect trading, doing DeFi or another stuff, and you basically didn't have any cost except your time. So once you select correctly the airdrops that you are going to apply, and that is why it's important to be in a community like my Discord or another real communities on airdrops. Once that you know exactly which one worth it, you really need to try farm that airdrop with multiple wallets. I'm not saying to do it with 100. Like you know, I usually have between 12 and 20 wallets on my farming strategies, but that will maximize your rewards when you hit one of those great airdrops. Another thing is focusing on trending ecosystem protocols airdrops. Like for example, Sui right now at the time of recording this video has been a good ecosystem for airdrops so far. Walrus was excellent and many others. Not all the Sui airdrops have been a success, but many of them are, and we have many Sui airdrops on active airdrops right now, so we are doing that on my community if you have been following me. Maybe Eclipse is going to be another pump ecosystem to farm, and maybe Hyperliquid. So these are questions. I am farming those ecosystems. Not sure how it's going to end up, but I think it's important to keep the trends on the different ecosystems. Other thing, I am focusing on DX perpetual protocols with good founding. We saw what happened with Hyperliquid. I don't think that we are going to repeat that many times, but yes, I'm still think that farming DX is a great opportunity. You know our strategy to minimize all the gas that you need to pay and all the fees. So I like this because it's impossible to farm for KYC reasons. So you cannot really do it with 20 wallets in most of the cases. Also, you need funds, so it's not free, and you need time and you need to manage your risk. So DX perpetual protocols is one of the most difficult airdrops to do. Some examples of those that I am doing is GRBT, World Exchange, which is partner of this channel, and also backpack. But there are a couple of others that I have been doing too, but I am most focusing on these 3. Another point is do less testnets and more mainnets. Better ratio of success historically. Again, I will repeat this again because in 2024 testnets was really bad in terms of payment on airdrops. I know that we had some success this year like Initia and Walrus, like I intentionally show it, but the real success you will find on mainnets. You can focus on testnet if you are short of money, I understand that, and that is a good strategy, but be sure that you will get more failed airdrops on testnets than in mainnets. Another strategy that I have right now is I bet on liquidity only protocol airdrops like Ethereum Season 0, Huma Finance, Felix and others. I do this just because it requires capital but not time, effort or much research post participation. So time is money for me. If I know for Ethereum Season 0, if I put some USDE, I will start earning points. I can provide some liquidity there that I will get back eventually. So instead to have my USDT earning like a 4% annually on some exchange or in some place, I can put my stables there until I need them, and over the last 2-3 months I have been generating a ton of points on Ethereum Season 0. So it's very easy to me to apply to these airdrops. I have many of those active airdrops because it's just money. I know that many of you may not have the liquidity to do that, but those that have it is a great strategy because you really don't need too much time. And you don't need too much time post applying to the airdrop. Just checking my channel or just checking the project a couple of times per month, you will know the exactly moment that this is still active or not, or if you need to do another stuff. So it's very good strategy from my perspective. And also I am doing some deepin airdrops that not require time or big effort like was Grasp, and most of them are free. So that is a great strategy if you are doing testnet. Check also some deepin projects. We covered Solix a couple of days ago, so you can check the video that is appearing right now if you want some deepin free airdrop to do. But in the case of deepin projects, you need to be very selective too. And finally, another couple of things, guys, is check for custom strategies in our Discord, like for example Kaito and Yaps, Binance BNB holders, use of the Binance Web3 wallet a little. Many airdrops on the last months have been rewarding Binance users that hold BNB or use the Binance wallet. So it's not difficult to do that a little, and you may get some rewards from those airdrops too. Also, I share all my more than 70 airdrops that I am doing right now in my private Discord, and it's impossible to succeed alone in airdrops in 2025. So join my Discord or actually join any other real community of airdrop hunters. If you don't want to join my private Discord, it's fine, but it's very difficult to succeed alone. My private Discord is not something that I only do for you guys. So it's a win-win if you are doing airdrops. That is why I promote it every day, because we form a community there in my private Discord. We actually know each other a lot and we share a ton of valuable information. And also in those moments that airdrops are failing, you don't feel so down because you are sharing your winnings and your losses with another people that are in your same situation. So it really helps you mentally and emotionally to navigate all the different things of crypto airdrops. So this is what my strategy is in 2025. I still think that worth to join the Airdrop Hunter. So again, go to my website, check the links on the description into cryptocurrencystate.net, check my subscriptions. They are cheap, guys. Regarding the value that you will get from being part of my community, you can join to my private Discord and my airdrop application. This is something that I personally use to manage these 70 airdrops on multiple wallets. So my application and my Discord, I think, are the best tools in the market. But again, if you are more inclined to another communities, please go and join so you are not alone on this airdrop hunting path. That will be all for this video, guys. If you enjoyed the content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get the notifications. Put in the comments if you want more content like this, more educational content that is going to open your mind into more possibilities. So put your comments if you are liking this content. That will be all, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.